back from where the fuck were you, Brina?
I
Iraq?
was, yeah, dude. But we said Iraq, right?
Yeah. Iraqistan? Back from
Yeah.
Iraqistan. Welcome back,
Nah.
Bruno.
Thanks, guys. No, I was actually in beautiful Wisconsin. I'm sure where a lot of Bronco fans live. The Midwest, middle of fucking nowhere, dude. But
Nice. So you
yeah.
got back the other day. You've been able to properly smoke some weed, jerk off, play the new Madden.
Oh,
I'm assuming.
I would never confirm nor deny anything as a government employee, but I have played the new game, dude.
What do you think? What are your initial thoughts on the game as a Madden connoisseur? I want to hear your initial feedback.
Dude, it's hard. It's like it's it feels like for the first time in a while, like it's actually a little bit different of a game. Not for better or for worse. You can make that judgment on your own. But this legitimately feels like a different game where I feel like past Maddens, like it's kind of played the same, just speed gets like increased or lowered. But
Is is Air Raid dead?
air raid is in hiding in the tunnels of Afghanistan, dude. The air raid
Ooh.
is hiding.
Yeah, I agree. Air Raid is in trouble. But
Yeah.
what I like about this game, I don't think you can just go in and just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna run and gun," just kind of like
Yeah.
run like three plays and then take a shot, run in three plays. I don't think it's like that either. So I think you're gonna have to find like a perfect balance. Is what
And
I
I
think
think
is
you're
gonna
gonna
win the
need
game.
yeah, I think you're gonna need more than one play or one set of plays to like
Yep.
because drives. I mean, maybe it's just the handful of games I've played, but I haven't had a lot of 1 to 3 play series. Like you have to putting drives
Yeah.
together to score.
Yeah,
Yeah, hold
and
on, hold on. So we'll hold on. Sorry, we'll talk. We're going to talk about Madden 23 a lot. Let me just tell the people because we got a couple people tuning in. Sorry, we jumped right into it. I didn't even tell the people what
Well,
we're talking about today. So as we know, we've got the draft on Sunday for Madden 23. This
hell yeah,
podcast is the Madden 22 Hall of Fame induction ceremony podcast. So we are going through we put together a list. We've got about 20 Hall of Fame finalists that the three of
huge.
us put together.
It's a huge list.
All Madden's media. We put together our list and we all gave our 5 actual Hall of Famers. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the uh, the new Madden.
I,
Brian, you did
I
a
can
Trump
confirm.
impression. That's not that funny, dude.
I can
Put your
confirm I'm a
headphones back on.
journalist.
So we've got that to go through. We're going to talk about the new Madden, and then we're going to do a post-draft, probably Monday night pod about the biggest storylines for Madden 23, everything that we think about the new game, and I'm sure we'll just naturally talk about that stuff as well in
Yeah,
this pod.
yeah. How excited are you for Madden 23? By the way,
Dude,
this
it
draft.
feels like I was booting up Madden 22 to start prepping for this Hall of Fame thing, right? And I
Dude,
was like, I haven't been in this game in what feels like months. I am
Yeah,
so into Madden 23. I'm loving it. We've been playing a lot. We've been playing a lot of head to head, a lot of duos. It's
dude.
so fun. I love the game. I think it's
I
such an
pulled up.
improvement for Madden 22.
I also pulled out Madden 22 to look at some stats for this Hall of Fame draft, and I looked at. I was just going through the way he feels. I was like, ew. I was like, feels like I'm playing.
yeah.
I'm scrolling through a retro bowl. Like, what is this fucking shit? Yeah. It's crazy how because at first, like I don't remember if you I don't know if you remember, I was saying how new Madden graphics looked weird, and I was like, this is doesn't seem like an improved product. But now that my eyes adjusted to it, I can definitely see the improvements in mechanics and everything. So I'm
It
so
did look
pumped for
really
this
weird though
new
for
draft.
like 48 hours though. I remember when we were playing it together, we were like, "Are these graphics worse? Like, what's up with
I
these
know.
jersey numbers?" But now I'm totally used to it now, and
Y- Yeah,
the
I am too.
animations going away, and like the more free form tackling stuff,
Ooh, I love it.
so much better.
It's so refreshing. The tackles are just wild. Every time you're trying to hurdle somebody and you get tackled, you do this weird tumbles and shit that make like they kind of make like like physically make sense if that makes sense. And then they're so funny. I always fucking burst out laughing when I see a guy fucking do a 360 sideways fucking sideways flip and land on his neck. I'm like, ouch.
Dude, what do you guys think of the like break tackle mechanics, like the button mash battle?
Oh, it's nice.
Dude, the thing that I love about it more than anything is it It allows for the greatest new feature ever brought to Madden, and that's the punch out fumble. When
Yeah.
you have somebody in like a battle and you run in with your safety and you punch it out, oh my God, there is nothing more fun in this game. It is by far my favorite thing about the new game, and it's like one of the most fun things they've added in so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. It's so awesome. You see, like, you'll see like a little crowd of people trying to tackle one guy, and then you see a bunch of people just throwing haymakers, coming forward, throwing fucking haymakers, and I get so pumped when the ball comes out, man. It's awesome. I love it. They actually did a really good job on this one. I I do really think 100% think that this is the first time in a long time that Madden, the game itself, is actually totally different. Like, if you had somebody playing Madden 21 and Madden 22, I feel like they would be like, "Oh, this is the same game." Madden 23 is completely different. I applaud for them for that.
Do you
I
think it's
just
too
love.
hard of a pivot? Oh, sorry. Do you
Well,
think it's
I'll
too
answer
hard
that
of a
in a
pivot?
second.
Okay,
I
sorry.
just
Go ahead.
love. It reminds me of GTA when, like, GTA when you're running around with your knife out. That's how I feel when you hit strip too early and they're like 5 yards away, just like
Yeah.
running up like this, like getting ready to punch. But to your question, Brina, I definitely think it's going to be similar to what we saw in Madden 21 or Madden 22, because Madden 22 didn't have the huge difference from Madden 21. I feel like, but you guys all jumped from All Pro to All Madden and current gen or old gen to next gen. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be similar to what we saw. Like, a lot of people struggled that clearly didn't put the time in.
I don't know. This
True.
is like the craziest pass rush though, like you've ever seen. It feels like like these, like the big plays are gonna. I don't know.
I feel
Go
like you
ahead.
haven't played enough, Brina. You were gone, so once you get
Yeah.
on it, like the pass rush game kind of slows down for once you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Stepping up in the pocket, that's a real thing finally. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like stepping up in the pocket in last Madden didn't really do much. You just run into your own offensive lineman. In this game, like, I can recall, I'm still getting used to it myself, but I can actually, like, if you put a QB contain on the defense and those guys rush off on the side, you can actually kind of get out of the way and buy yourself another like a second, maybe half a second, and actually make that throw. So it's just a lot more technical, and I know a lot of
Yeah.
people are gonna appreciate that. And we're gonna talk about that during the storylines. I don't want to kind of ruin anything, but yeah, some people are gonna thrive in this, and some people are gonna fall on their faces, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely different, dude. I don't know how much we want to go down the hole, but like, how often do you guys use that like precision passing mechanic?
Almost on your pass now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
I
lot.
I hated it at first. Now I'm just all over it. Now every time I complete a pass, I look up on the thing to make sure if it says free form pass or
Yeah.
whatever. And then whenever it's not, I'm like, fuck, I could have made a better pass. Yeah, now I look for it to make that pass, but it gives you
Levant's
such a
getting good
big
with it. It's kind
advantage.
of scary.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's getting, it's gonna give players a huge advantage on the passing game, though. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you're not kind of coordinated, it's gonna be kind of rough. I feel right.
I think you'll be able to
uh,
get away with not using it. It's just going to give some people like an extra little boost.
mhm.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to have tons of time, like Levant said, like you said, Brina, to talk about Madden 23. But we got to put a bow on Madden 22 first. So we haven't even talked really since the Super Bowl. Cowboys beat the Titans in Super Bowl 60, Super Bowl LX.
Oh.
LX winning Super Bowl LX. And
Iconic.
that makes me ask the question. We talk a lot about Team of Destiny on this podcast. Was
Fuck.
LX the Team of Destiny the whole time?
Like in the last season.
Yes.
Sure. I don't know. I
You
mean,
can
I don't
say
know, man.
no.
I can't say no after he won the Super Bowl. I don't know. I was never
I
really
know,
on
but I
any
feel like
Team of
the
Destiny
team of
thing.
Destiny is the team that we get behind, that kind of overcomes a lot of stuff, that has a lot of things break right for them in the season that leads to them winning the Super Bowl, and then at the end of the year you're like, you know what, they should have won the Super Bowl the whole time. Like, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
So
you you could argue that Alex was our first team of destiny. Remember how surprised we were that first season he ran off with Mac Jones, and we were all clowning him for fucking drafting like a 69 overall, 77 speed frumpy QB. And
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was
I mean,
he
we
was
we
our
repeatedly did. We did 5. It was like 4 seasons in. We were still giving him shit about Mac Jones being his quarterback, and he proved us wrong.
yeah, and he ended up as the only double champion in this generation. So he
All
kind
right.
of
So,
was the team of destiny, dude.
but at the same time, I feel like Team of Destiny. If it's not like self-evident, you don't know it. Like clearly, the Titans were the Team of Destiny last season, right? They kept knocking
Yeah.
off the teams. They had the quarterback shit going on. Like if it's not blatantly obvious to you that they are, then I don't think that they are. So I think we landed on no. I was just the back to back and the fact that it was Super Bowl LX and LX won the Super Bowl. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty cool feat. LX.
Do you guys remember anything from the game?
I remember just a couple of times I was watching it on my phone, and I remember just tuning in, knowing like Joke was like making too many mistakes and throwing the game away, and he wasn't just gonna have enough time. I don't remember like big plays. I just remember Joke running out of time, like making mistake after mistake.
What I remember is, yeah, Alex took off early. I think he had like a 2 or 3 touchdown lead, and then Joke actually I think he got close at the end a little bit. I think he was down by 10 or something like that, but just ran out of time, like you said. But I mean, we've said so many times, when you go down against Alex 2, 3 scores, it's kind of over. Like he knows how to play that keep away game. So
Do you guys think Alex has his own version of defense? Like, because he mainly runs cover three as well, and like Timmy has his style of defense, but I can't really
Yeah, he
envision
kind
an
of. I
Alex
feel like he
defense.
runs like cover 3 and cover 4, and just sits back and doesn't let you get shot plays, and just makes you grind it out. Like he's going to grind it out, and that's why his games are always so slow. And
yeah,
he can't make mistakes.
very true.
It's like a trap.
Yeah. So he won 45-31. And so that brings us to our Hall of Fame. All right. So, like I said, we put together a list and we each have our 5 Hall of Famers. But we do have one Hall of Fame coach. I'll go through it. Obviously, it's got to be Coach Skip Ells of the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
So let me rattle off some stats. 2 Super Bowls, 2 NFC championships, 1 Coach of the Year. His regular season record was 61-24 for a winning percentage of 718. And then his playoff record was 11-3.
The playoff record is insane. His playoff record was better than his regular season record, which is great. Huge feather in this cap. That's awesome. But yeah, I don't think there's anybody that really was. He's kind of like really far ahead from other coaches, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Who were there like honorable mentions, Jock?
I was looking at I only quickly looked at some records, and there were a bunch of coaches bunched up at the top, and then I looked at like the legacy leaderboard that takes into account like your coach, like you just have a score, whatever.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it
Super
was-
Bowls, NFC championships, or conference championships, and then like the yearly awards. I think.
Right.
You get like a star in each, and then
Yeah, exactly. So it was Skip Ells, Ted Lasso was like 800 points behind, and then like 150 points behind him was Jackson Mahomes, and then Bills coach, I forget, Timmy Samuelson, I think it just had his name.
Yeah. Okay. So those are honorable mentions.
Real quick
Ted
side note
Lasso.
though.
Yeah.
Jackson Mahomes, winningest coach of all time. Most wins.
That is true.
Regular
You
season
compare it
record.
to Alex's playoff record. He was 11-3. Jackson Mahomes was 4-4, and fucking 3 of
And
those
4
were on one playoff run.
Yeah. Damn. So 1-4 in playoffs since first season. Yeah.
I know. Pathetic.
Yeah,
that's why he got fired, and Fitzpatrick got hired.
Fitzpatrick, great hire, by the way. I mean, that's
like
the
that?
only.
Elite hire. Elite
Yeah.
hire.
Yeah. That's the culture. That's he's the only success story that it is in not that, but the greatest success story in that from that generation. So I think it's a great hire. It's like us hiring Kubiak, kind of, right? Gary Kubiak, the Broncos,
Yeah.
win the Super Bowl with him. He was a little more backup, but still. Wasn't Fitzpatrick a backup quarterback for Aaron Rodgers?
He was. And then Aaron Rodgers got traded. Yeah, then he won the Super Bowl. Fitzmagic curse happened, and he's back to lift the curse.
Let's go. Sounds good.
All right. Cool. Anything else about coaches? I think we're good to get into this
Yeah, I'm excited.
this list of
Talk about
finalists.
this. Okay.
All right, I got them all consolidated. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. We're just gonna go by position, like not all the positions. Obviously, that's too much, but you're just gonna go from top to bottom on that list that we put out together.
Let's go position by position. Like
Okay.
I'll read them in groups of position, and then
Okay,
we can
yeah.
talk about those if we need to. All right, so at the quarterback position, our three finalists: Josh Allen of the Browns and the Colts, Justin Fields of the Dolphins, and Aaron Rodgers of the 49ers, Texans, Saints, and Eagles.
We just picking one.
No, we don't have to pick one. We're picking 5 total, but I feel like the first two are so obvious, Josh Allen and Justin
Yes.
Fields. We talked about them so much, but I wanted to
Yeah.
throw in a third. I thought it had to be, like, it was really tough to choose. There were a lot of potential third guys.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think, and that's why on my list I just had Josh Allen, Justin Fields, because those are the clear standouts from everybody else. Aaron Rodgers, 49ers, Texans. Aaron Rodgers especially is, if
The
if
Texans. His time in the Texans was
49ers and Texans was, the Texans really, but you're right. Yeah, not really 49ers. Texans,
yeah.
Aaron
He had like
Rodgers was dope.
67 touchdowns, 66 touchdowns, some crazy
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah, right. But
CP was a dog with him.
but then he had a huge drop off when he went to Eagles, and even with Saints, he had like 40, 50 interceptions, I think. So
Yeah.
that's why
Yep.
for me it's tough to put him up there.
You almost wish Rodgers would have retired a few seasons before, to people just stop
So
ruining his
true.
stats.
Maybe if
Such
he
a good
retires,
take, dude.
maybe if he retires after the first season with the Saints, he can probably make a better case. But his last season is just ugly.
Yeah, right. Take out his last 2 seasons because he had so many picks, and then he went to Jarrell, and Jarrell incriminated himself and said Rodgers leaves the league in disgrace.
Yeah, he went into a freaking Madden jail.
Yeah. Like is the All Madden Hall of Fame, like the MLB Hall of Fame? Like, are we gonna have to keep out Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers because of their cheating scandals?
Justin
just like
Fields
Barry
is staying.
Bonds?
So I just
Damn,
realized we
yeah.
had 2 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame that were caught up in a controversy of the.
Yeah, well, it's like the MLB. There are some writers that are like, put him in. It's been long enough. He was the best home run hitter of all time. Like, we're 3 independent voters, so I was looking because I got my 5 written down on the board.
Oh shit!
So we gotta decide if integrity is part of our Hall of Fame criteria
Nah.
here.
Aaron Rodgers barely belongs on this list. Justin Fields was dominant the whole time. Besides like 7 weeks of first season of first 7 weeks of the season, and then the last season, and then 4 weeks prior to that. So I don't think that's enough for him to get kicked off. I think Justin Fields belongs on that list.
Yeah. That was
Clearly.
Yeah, true.
What about instead of Aaron Rodgers, you'd substitute like a Patrick Mahomes? I mean, I feel like, he got benched for a whole year.
Yeah, the guy who got benched for Vandegrift?
Yeah. I mean, the stats would have been there. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. There's there's a cluster, like Russell Wilson too. I feel like you could make the argument. Yeah, like he's right outside that group. He was one of the guys I was looking at. Like, Herbert's got crazy stats for the amount of seasons he's played, but I feel like never was that impactful in the league.
He was never the best quarterback.
And that's exactly why I think that Josh Allen, Justin Fields end the story when it comes to nominates for Hall of Fame. Because for me, I would have put Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, and that might be a little bias coming out of me, but I just think he was a lot more productive, and he was a lot more productive with the Texans too. And then obviously he had his best season was the Cardinals. I think 60 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. super efficient with the ball. So yeah, and then number one seed, his first season with the Cardinals, and it took him to the NFC Championship in the last season. So never missed the playoffs. I know.
Yeah, and Russell's just. I feel like both at their elite level, Russell's just a more dangerous player.
Over Rodgers, I
What
agree. Yeah,
what
and
about
his prime lasted a lot longer than Aaron Rodgers. Sorry.
that's cool. I was going to say, what about T-Law? Do you give any thought to Trevor Lawrence? He won a Super Bowl with the Bills. Put up insane stats this year. Is
Yeah,
he
but I
even
think
sniffing that conversation?
well, yeah, of course he's sniffing it. I just don't think he's quite there because he had a down year. He got like Hall of Fame quarterbacks don't get traded 4 times.
Hmm.
4 times within like what 1 year, I think it was.
Yeah, he was getting passed around.
Yeah, he got passed around for a little bit. I think he went from Bills to Jags, and then what Jags to was it Vikings? So was it 3 teams?
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
back to back.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Vikings.
I mean, yeah, that and also he had a down year. And then he's really crazier when he blew up was with the Vikings. When he won the Super Bowl with the Bills, that was just him kind of like riding coattails of the defense and the run game. So, because
Well,
if
and
he
then like
wasn't, then I don't think he would have got traded.
yeah. Well, then like the first thing you mentioned, Jock, was the Super Bowl win, but when he won that Super Bowl, you wouldn't say Trevor Lawrence was even the third reason why they won that.
No, yeah, you're
that
right.
ring.
You're 100% right.
But he's definitely. I do think that his last season definitely projects him over a bunch of other quarterbacks for sure, like the bulk, like the mid tier.
Who's closer, Lamar or Trevor Lawrence?
T-Law.
T Law. Lamar was a
T-Law.
disappointment till last
Yeah.
season, you would say, right? And even last season got bounced out in the first round.
Yeah, Hank drafted him when he was like a 96 overall. I feel like he was a 99 for the entire duration of the franchise, and like, yeah, it didn't do much. I
Yeah.
thought. All right, let's move on to running backs because I feel like running backs is huge because when you think Madden 22 in our league, you kind of think power running. That was the key to success for a lot of people. So the 4 running backs we have on our list here, we've got Nick Chubb, who was with the Texans, Vikings, Jaguars, and Chiefs. Jonathan Taylor, who was with the Falcons, Trey Sermon of the Bills, and Bijan Robinson, the young running back from the Bengals. Those were the 4.
Okay. So to me here, again, I have clear 2. That's Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Trey Sermon, I think, yeah, Super Bowl MVP, but he was just so boring, man. It's hard to say he's Hall of Fame when he's so damn boring. And then you got Timmy's gonna hate me, but and then he got Bijan Robinson, just one season of domination, really one crazy season. So for me, Nick Chubb he literally single handedly won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Totally forgot I was against you, Brian.
Yeah.
But yeah, and not just against the Super Bowl, like that whole team ran
That
through
whole season.
Nick
Yeah.
Chubb. Yeah, that whole. I mean, when he got traded for like he was some kind of quarterback. Like his trade value was huge too. So, um, I think Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor just stand alone again by themselves compared to everybody else. So, what does anybody disagree? Do you think Trey Sermon and Bijan Robinson should be closer to these guys?
I think
No.
Bijan deserved a mention just from
Yeah.
this past season was incredible. One of the best things we've seen, I think. So he deserves to be a finalist. He's not really in that. I think it's Chubb as clear number 1, and I think Jonathan Taylor and Trey Sermon. Like Jonathan Taylor's got the MVP, right? And I think he won MVP.
Yeah.
And he had the most impressive one season. Trey Sermon though averages more yards per carry than Jonathan Taylor. Brina, you said it. Trevor Lawrence was like the 3rd reason the Bills won the Super Bowl. The one reason, hands down, was Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon.
He's got almost 10,000 yards in 5 seasons. That's almost 2,000 yards a season. I don't know. I think like I said, I think it was power running was the theme of Madden 22. So I think all three of those guys are right in the same group. Or Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, and Trey Sermon, and then Bijan.
Okay.
Oh,
I could, I could get on board with that. Was there anybody that you kind of like have a soft spot in your heart that you like want to put on there but can't?
I mean, the one that could have been there that, things kind of went a different direction, Javonte Williams. Over 300 carries his rookie season, Super Bowl MVP as a rookie.
Yeah.
What could have happened if I, didn't go the Rattler route and just was like, I'm going to be a power run team and didn't really give a fuck about it?
Yeah,
I think he could have been there. Nobody else really. Alvin Kamara, maybe, just for
yeah. I think you nod your head at Kamara just because he
Debo
was
Samuel.
so.
He was
That's
more of
what
a
I say.
receiving threat. Yeah,
But real quick, dude, I think Jonathan Taylor is a hard number 2.
I think so. I
I
think
don't
so
know.
too. I like Jonathan Taylor, man. He was that
More
team.
so just for the physical stats as well. Like, I think Jonathan Taylor's always like was just a more exciting player.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think Trey Sermon was a boring version of Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor had that fiery runs and kind of like, the what is that segment called?
Sermon,
Good Morning Football.
angry
Runs.
runs.
Yeah, he had like more angry runs. Sermon was just kind of like
he's our
Melvin
Emmitt
Gordon
Smith
type. Yeah, like averages. He'll get you 5 yards on every down, but nothing fancy, nothing flashy. So
Timmy's so mad right now.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like just like
boring.
Fields and Allen were like in the front of our minds for running backs. It was you guys are right. It was Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb. And Trey Sermon. He doesn't have the same stats that Jonathan Taylor has, but I think when you give him the Super Bowl, that whole deal, I think it gives him a pretty solid case to be in somebody's top 5. We'll see. All right, on to wide receivers. All right, we've got 4 wide receivers here. First, we've got Jalen Waddle of the Browns and a quick stint on the Falcons. Next, we've got Hollywood Brown of the Ravens, then Devontae Smith, Saints and Vikings, and Tyreek Hill of the Bears.
I'll be right
Did
back.
Tyreek Hill play for anybody else or just Dan the whole time?
No, he did get traded. I want to say the
did?
Seahawks had him. Yeah, Dan traded for him.
Spano had him?
I believe so. Someone
don't
can
think
fact
so.
check me in the chat, or someone check.
Yeah,
me
no,
in
I
the
don't think
Twitter.
that's right. I think Dan drafted him. Spano to
Spano to
Dan.
Dan.
Okay. Wow, I can't believe I forget that about my division mate. Good call, Logan.
The Matrix doesn't forget, dude.
I know. Wow.
And I did say Seahawks. See what's that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were right.
Ah, man, dude, I took my vitamins. I'm just coming back to life.
I think for this one, it's clear. It's clear as day. There's only one guy, and he's the class of the group. And you
Yep.
know who it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah.
What
I
round
think
did you get Jaylen Waddle in? You got him in the second round of the draft?
He was my second. I mean, I was pick 31, so he was technically my second round pick. So I went Isaiah Simmons at 31 and Jalen Waddle at 33.
Insane. All right. I'm looking at his stats right now, and I want to divide them by, I want to get his per season stats right now. So he had a total of 11,612 yards over 5 seasons. So he averaged 2,322 yards a season. And how many touchdowns? And 23 touchdowns. So
Nice.
Jaylen Waddle averaged 2,200 yards and 23 touchdowns a season. And, oh, man. And, yeah, it made it look easy. He's a beast.
Well,
Okay.
and he dominated in so many different ways. Like, he got known for the bomb, but I had to kind of adjust how he was used when Daddy Josh Allen left. But, yeah, I think Jalen Waddle's a clear-cut number 1.
All right, yeah, we got Logan in the chat giving us the facts. I did not remember that Spano drafted Tyreek Hill and then traded him to Dan. I thought he was with the Bears the whole time. That was my bad. Did you remember that, Levan?
No, I didn't. I could have swore Dan took Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill combo with his first 2 picks.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I feel like I would remember that being in Spano's division. Maybe it was such a quick trade, like before we even played against him or something. I don't know.
I
Maybe,
think it
yeah.
was a quick trade.
For Godwin.
You guys won't believe. Sorry, I had to bounce off. By the way, somebody was ringing my doorbell, and I look at my little doorbell app, and it was a cop.
Mhm.
So I was like, "Oh shit!" I go down, and they're just looking for some AirPods, and they're like, "Oh, we tracked the AirPods either in your house or the next door." Like, have you been to dollar store within the last hour or so? And
What the hell?
I was like, good for you, man. I'm glad cops are out here actually helping out people, because I remember I lost my MacBook got stolen when I was in Hawaii, when I lived in Hawaii, and I did the same thing, tracked to this one house, and I called the cops. I was like, hey, I think these people have my laptop, and they just did not give a fuck. They didn't even send a patrol car or
They were
nothing.
like, that sucks.
Yeah, they were like, we can't do anything about that. We can't go in the house or anything. I was like, damn, thanks. $2,000 laptop gone. But anyways, that's why I had to take off. Sorry, guys. I did not steal the AirPods, by the way. Let's clear that up. All right.
Did you
I
borrow
swear.
them?
No, dude. I've never been to a dollar store in my life.
Oh,
Have you guys
shit.
been to a dollar store before?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What is
Hit up like
everything
a
just
Dollar
a
Tree
dollar?
and buy a bunch of candy and go into the movie theater. I feel like there's always a Dollar Tree right next to a
Yeah.
movie theater.
Wow. Is that a life hack that I've been missing?
Yeah.
Is
It was a
everything
money
really
move,
a
yeah.
dollar?
Yeah. Or like cheap party streamer stuff. Yeah, it's like
So-
$1.
So
Not everything
there-
is a dollar in there.
okay, that's a stupid name for a store then.
Maybe originally it did. I feel like you can go in there and get other shit. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
Dollar
don't think
Tree?
the 99-cent store is 99 cents anymore.
Wow.
That's true.
Okay. My mind's blown.
Word.
Damn, I'm an idiot too, though. I fucking, right before this, I know we were talking before the pod, I straight up got hacked by somebody. Like, they called me and they said they were the electrical company. They were very convincing. They were very convincing.
Oh, that's good.
And I gave out
Yeah,
my
fair.
debit card number, and then I had to cancel the debit card. Dude, it was so bad. Dude, if I told you the whole thing, you would
You
be
got
straight up
got,
convinced
bro?
too. I got so good. And as soon as I hung up, I was like, yeah, that was not right. That was total bullshit. And so I fucking like called the bank. I transferred all the money out of the account that was like associated with that debit card. I fucking canceled the card, and then I got, no joke, in a span of like 3 minutes, I got 115 text messages from all these random numbers like, thank you for registering with Shutterfly, like your Lyft code is this,
Yeah.
your Outlook code is this, like 115
Wow.
texts in like a minute. I
Dude,
was like, this is fucked.
that
Did you-
sucks.
Lose your funds, or were you fast enough?
No, I was good. I think I got it out. Canceled the card, like I said. You know, the Wells Fargo, my bank, said it was going to be fine. Dude said it was
Damn.
chill.
So what was the card number?
Yeah, that's the thing. I can tell it to you. I can, because I canceled it. That would be good podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good podcast. All right.
is
So
Wow,
Brett.
would you look at this? Hold on. The facts come out. That was 2 Maddens ago, now that I think of it. Did Dan start with Metcalf and Hill? Because he traded Metcalf to... I don't know, but he definitely drafted
Definitely
Hill.
started.
He had Hill in
I remember
Mahomes,
you and I
right?
talking about
Yeah.
this. We were like, Dan's trying to build the Chiefs. I remember
Yeah.
talking about this. Yeah, and trying to play the Chiefs. I remember talking about this. So yeah, Hill and Mahomes definitely started together. So I guess you guys were talking about Jalen Waddle. I
Receivers.
heard a little bit of that, and that's when I think about the most dominant wide receiver, that's the one I think about is Jalen Waddle. So, do you guys have? I know. Did you guys go over through all of them yet, or just Jalen Waddle?
No, we didn't
Just
talk about the
Jalen.
other ones. We just talked about
Okay.
Waddle.
Well, go ahead, take it away, Will.
No, I mean, I think the other guys, you had a couple of the other guys. You had Hollywood Brown and Devontae Smith on your list. Why'd you have those guys?
I know. Well, I know Hollywood Brown. He was a number one receiver on the Ravens, and he was just like utilized all types of way and
Yeah.
produce like with any kind of quarterback. So, speed obviously was the huge, not
Big
not
factor.
huge, but yeah, he was probably the biggest factor, right, for the receiver. He needed the speed, and that's kind of what I like about this new Madden. I feel like speed is not as dominant anymore. It's gonna be
It's
probably gonna
size.
be size. Yeah, I think
Because
the size
everything's
is the one.
contested, dude. Everything's so tight.
Everything's contested, and the big bodies are winning here. So I love that.
But
So
I,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
think with Marquise, if you have a 3,000 yard season, you kind of buy yourself a ticket at least into the conversation.
That's what I'm
True.
saying. Yeah, and that same thing with Devonta Smith. Both these guys were 3,000 yard receivers. Uh, and they had they had really good seasons. I think Marquise Brown might have came with Tom Brady first year,
Yeah,
his 3,000 yard season. But I know Devonta Smith was with Trevor Lawrence.
That is
Cool.
true. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And Tyreek Hill, we talked about Tyreek Hill. He's got just crazy stats. The career leaders right now, if you look at the receiving stats right now, are DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelsey, Stephon Diggs. So kind of just like led by old guys.
Yeah, I think those not really like actual stats because I know DeAndre Hopkins was not no fucking leader on the Panthers, averaging 180 passing yards per game.
Yeah, right.
So
Hopkins
I'm
must
pretty
have
sure.
just hugely.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill has the all-time touchdown record for receiving.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
Tyreek Hill was definitely the one that just caught the most bombs, maybe second most to what you call it,
Waddle.
Waddle, but he was
Wow,
definitely
Waddle
like close second.
34 yards a catch, dude. I
Let's
saw
go.
Tyreek Hill was 22.9 and I was like, "Damn, that's insane." And then I was like, "Oh, I got to check out what Waddle's is. 34.3.
Just
That is
bomb city,
fucking
baby.
ridiculous." Is there anyone else even in that neighborhood? Devontae Smith 24.7, that's really high. Anthony Schwartz 27.7. DK
The next,
25.1.
yeah, closest is Schwartz. If you go by receptions,
Wow. That is
that's
crazy.
that's kind of nuts. And Levan left.
Yeah, we lost Levan. He said he got disconnected. Hopefully he's able to get back in.
Does anyone else? I mean, I feel like
I
you
don't
have
think
to
so.
mention. Man, yeah, I feel like you can mention Ridley. Like an honorable mention would be Ridley. He was kind of
I thought
unique at
about
what
throwing him on.
he did. Like it's not his fault. Stevie just ran comebacks all game. But
Yeah, and yeah, he was a guy that was like Waddle, where for his years he was really high on the career stats. So he just had consistent great seasons
yeah,
with Stevie every year. All right, you want to move on to tight end while we wait for Levon to get his ass back in here?
yeah. Let's do tight end.
All right, tight end. There's two on the list, and it's Noah Fant of the Dolphins and Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. And I feel like there's some tight ends like Travis Kelsey that you can argue just because they were good for the whole generation. But those two tight ends were like the only tight ends you probably focused your whole defense on.
Yeah, easily, right? Noah Fant had the crazy stats, but then Kyle Pitts probably the best in-game tight end that you'd have to play against just in like a one-game matchup. So I think those guys are the two clear-cut guys. I couldn't agree more.
Like Noah Fant is third on the all-time touchdown record, on the third on the touchdown record
Yeah.
at 128. That's nuts. Do
It
you
is
have
insane.
an honorable mention for tight ends?
No, I can't really even think of any. Who was your main tight end for the Browns?
I kind of jumbled around, but the one that comes to mind is damn, where'd he go? Darren Waller. I feel like Darren Waller was like super athletic. It's kind of just being a victim of the Colts, right? Like where Adam didn't really like force feed people. It was like always even distribution, but Darren Waller's got some pretty respectable stats, and he's a beast.
That's a good one. We're getting in the chat. Irv Smith Jr. from Logan, from a star to a 99 overall X Factor. That's great development. Very impressive. Solid.
But
All
yeah,
right. He's 96. He's 96 overall, Logan. All right, dude. And 2 points are temporary. So he's actually 94 overall.
58 touchdowns, 13 yards, and that 13 yards average. Like Holla, really good. I don't know Hall of Fame. Holla, really
Yeah.
good.
Probably not making the ballot. All right, let's keep it moving here because it is getting late.
Yep.
We have 2 defensive ends on this list. All right, the first one is Montez Sweat of the Dolphins. And the second one is Cameron Jordan of the Bengals. Put a little justification for both of these because I feel like offensive guys, it's easier to talk about. So I put a little note next to each of these guys
Yeah.
on defense. And so for Montez Sweat, I have 32 sacks in the season, most ever, which is
Ridiculous.
exactly. And then Cameron Jordan, he had the second highest single season total. I think he had like 29 or something like that. And he's third all time in sacks. So sacks is like the one of the stats where you look at the career stuff and it's not just completely overrun with guys from our league. Like it's like Bruce Smith, Michael Strahan, not like fucking Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor. Like at the
Just
top.
our little bubble of players.
Yeah.
But I mean, what were the 2 players again? You said
Montez Sweat and Cameron Jordan. So these are 2 AFC guys. I'm playing
is
against the
Dolphins and
Bengals and the
Bengals.
Dolphins. Yeah. Like, were you aware of these guys? Like, did you think about them going into the game? Like, oh, I'm playing the Dolphins. I got to worry about Montez Sweat.
Yeah, both like for their own reasons, right? Like Montez Sweat was just such a presence on the edge, and like not only could he rush the passer, and he obviously had the best season ever, but he also was pretty serviceable in coverage and like faking blitzes and just covering shallow zones. So he was one of those players that he was just going to be everywhere. Where with Hayward, it was just where he's going to be, and he's just going to destroy your pass protection every play. So they were just complete disruptors in their own way.
So speaking of disruptors, another guy kind of in the same category of impact, I would say, but different position. So this is outside linebacker Aziz Ogilari, and I feel like he dominated a lot of our conversations in the last season. He had a 29 sack season, Defensive Player of the Year, 89 sacks in 5 seasons. So there's incredible volume for his time in the league, and was like a front of mind guy with us.
Yeah, he was like the cornerstone of that Titans defense for a good amount of time, dude. Like that whole defense felt like it was just centered around him, just punishing people that were rolling out to the right, and he just had a buffet of stats because great scheming from Joke, and he just kept taking advantage of it, and he just racked up the stats, dude. It was insane.
And he allowed everybody else to eat. Like that Anai White on the other side ended up putting up crazy stats. And Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle. He was my only outside linebacker, Ogilari. Do any others pop into your mind when, thinking of outside linebackers from our league?
I mean, not that stand out at those extreme. Like the Bosas were solid for most of the generation. They were like 16 to 20 season sack guys, but I didn't feel like they absolutely wrecked the game how Campbell or Sweat did.
Yeah, you'd think like most talented guys like TJ Watt is
Watt was a bust.
Yeah, he was a bust. Rashawn Gary, I feel like, was always somebody that I had an eye on as, oh, this guy's a fucking beast, and he's a problem when I play against the Bills.
Yeah.
Baron Browning put up some crazy stats. Definitely not Hall of Fame worthy, but worth a mention on the Steelers.
And he developed them from like a pretty shitty like pass rushing linebacker to like a pretty good edge. So there's a lot of development there.
And Jose's not even a Broncos fan. So for him to take Baron Browning as a rookie and just like dev him up and make him really sick, that's pretty cool.
Hey, dude, did JJ make this switch Baron Browning to edge before the Broncos? He did it before it was cool.
Is he at edge?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, he did. He's a right end. Oh, he's a right end in this. But yeah, basically switch him to edge. That's fucking. Yeah. That is dope, Jose. You know football, dude.
Yeah.
Ahead of the curve.
But also, I feel like Chase Young's getting a little disrespect here. Like, Chase Young was a dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, he was like a pretty high-rated player when Dan got him, but he made him like one of the most unstoppable defensive players in the league. Like I hate playing versus him because Chase Young is disgusting.
Yeah, Chase Young, that's such a good one. And I forget about the time that he was with the Titans at the beginning of the franchise. Like I see him on the Bears, and I forgot that Joe Kim drafted him. Joe Kim drafting Chase Young and Trevor Lawrence, like that was great.
Yeah.
And Travis Etienne, he had such a
You,
good team.
you look back and like, how do we let you draft that? You know,
Yeah,
you wish you could like get a redo or whatever, but like, whatever.
Khalil Mack finishing with 119 sacks.
Who has the most tackle for loss? Montez Sweat, Cameron Jordan, Hendrickson. A little shout out to RK. Hendrickson's a dog. 108
Sure, yeah.
tackles for loss.
Josh Sweat, the other Sweat on fucking New Orleans. He's an X factor.
Yeah. I know Timmy was big on Rashawn Gary. That's 98 tackles for loss. But now I feel like we're getting into the Hall of Very Good. Not the
Yeah,
Hall of
you're
Fame.
right. You're right. All right, so yeah, we only had I only had Aziz Ogilari for outside linebacker, so we'll just stick with that in terms of the finalist ballot. All right, inside linebacker, 2 guys. Isaiah Simmons, clear, just the best user for Madden 22. 17 defensive touchdowns, the most in the league. Insane. So he's one, and the other one is Roquan Smith from the Bills, kind of the centerpiece of that defense.
Yeah. I mean, what I'll give what Roquan was what Isaiah wasn't. Roquan was like just as good in the run game as he was in the pass, where I feel like sometimes Isaiah could get a little bit overpowered. But yeah, dude, I don't think there was a bigger playmaker in all of Madden 22 on the defensive side than Isaiah Simmons. Because not only if you threw him an interception by mistake, he's probably like the second or third most athletic player on the field, and he could just run it back at any moment.
Dude, it's literally the perfect way to describe it. Because when I was looking at these stats when I was trying to find inside linebackers, the typical stats you look at are tackles, right? Solo tackles, forced fumbles, that kind of thing. And I couldn't really find Isaiah Simmons for a while because he's not like a tackling machine. He's not really like that.
Yeah.
Because he is more of just like a playmaker. He's like a safety linebacker hybrid. He's just the perfect cross between the strong safety and the linebacker that like you just want to be using at all times. And if they do get their hands on the ball, like you said, he can easily take it to the house. He runs it back like he's a safety.
Yeah. And he was just he was bigger than you. I think he was 6'3" or 6'4", and he got up to 94 speed. Like people would complain that they were throwing interceptions because it's a wide receiver, but like 94 speed beats 89 speed, dude. I don't care what position it is.
Yeah, right. It's like you're watching your receiver run across the field, and it's like, oh, he's got a big body on him. I can make this throw, and Isaiah Simmons is just with him stride for stride.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the number one defensive player that people would have to game plan against in Madden 22. Like nobody, when you're going into a game, you don't think about defensive players as much as Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah. Because you knew Yeah, I am. Because you knew you could lose points to that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And just flip momentum. All right.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 safeties on the list. One strong
Linebacker.
safety, one free safety. No, we're moving on.
Okay, cool.
Unless you wanted to say something about Roquan Smith. I mean, like I said, he was the centerpiece of that defense, one of the best defenses in the league, but it's not like big stats guy, nothing really that glamorous about Roquan Smith, but he was a beast.
Yeah, he was just Mr. Consistent. He was like did everything well, and Timmy had that like avalanche ability on him, so he was just oozing fumbles. Like Roquan was a dog. Like he deserves to be in this conversation.
Yeah, 975 tackles in 8 seasons, so averaging like 120 tackles a season. That's good stuff. All right, so on to the safeties. I guess we're not getting Levan back.
Did he just shoot you a message?
No, he just hasn't answered. Said I got disconnected and hasn't said anything since.
What a weirdo.
Very weird. All right, 2 safeties. We got Terrell Edmonds from the Texans and Kevin Byard from the Cowboys. I didn't have any notes on Terrell Edmonds. This was Levan's submission. We talk about Terrell Edmonds a lot. he was a beast for Stevie. Like best defensive player on his team, best safety in the league. We'd say it all the time.
Yeah, I feel like he's the most. He's probably the most well rounded. Like, there's a lot of safeties like Justin Reed's or versions of Justin Reed's that are just like insane coverage guys. But Edmonds has had like a unique ability to be able to make all that coverage and also just like devastate you if like he caught you running at him with like a clean lane.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. A lot of some forced fumbles, interceptions, like kind of did everything. Justin Reed, though, I feel like for one game, if you're putting together a team for one game, Justin Reed's probably your first draft pick for a safety, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, so many people want to play cover 3 or just like want that traditional ball hawk, and I don't think there was anyone better. Like, if the ball was in the air, you don't want anyone else running under it than Justin Reed. Like, he's 6'3", another 93 or 94 speed guy, high jump, and can just cover everything. And he had acrobat.
All right, we got Levan back, but he's frozen. Is he
Oh
frozen for
no!
you?
Yeah, he looks so intense, dude.
Let's get rid of him. All right, we'll see if he can get reconnected. And it says his bars are really low. His network connection's like a 0 out of 10. So don't know what the deal is with
His
that.
internet never left Afghanistan, dude.
I know. Jeez. Get that hotspot out, dude.
What about do you think, does Kyle Hamilton sniff it, or was he too much of a utility player?
Kyle Hamilton, give him a couple more years. He had a rough rookie season. Like, he was really weak. He couldn't make tackles. He would bounce off guys. I love both of my safeties. I wish I could put them on the list, but they don't have the stats to back it up.
Yeah.
Levan, welcome back, dude. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I
Good to
had
have
to
you
restart.
back.
I had to restart my computer. My computer took a shit. Too much hunk in one video. So
We're
So
talking about
we-
safeties. You have
We got
anything
pretty
to say?
far. Yeah, no.
I know,
Where
yeah,
did we
I'm
lose? We
fired
lost
up.
you at wide receiver. So let me just
Oh
recap
shit!
what we've talked about to this point. So we talked about the tight ends, Noah Fant, insane stats.
that's
Hold
end
on,
of
I'm
story.
echoing a little bit.
That's the only tight end that I talk about when it comes to best tight ends.
Yeah.
Noah Fant, end of story.
All right, D ends, Montez Sweat and Cameron Jordan.
Sweat is definitely the one I had. Yeah. Cameron Jordan. Talk to me. Did you guys talk about him?
We did, yeah. He had a season of 29 sacks, so
I saw
second
that.
most all time in a season. He's third all time in sacks. So definitely had to give him the nod to
Yeah,
get in the
for sure.
conversation. And
Okay.
linebackers, Isaiah Simmons, Roquan Smith. We talked about Isaiah Simmons being like the ideal user, kind of the one defensive player in the league that you really had to game plan against. Like, I can't throw it at Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Isaiah Simmons was number one in middle linebackers and interceptions too.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had the most interceptions as a linebacker. 50s, I believe, 50 something, which is pretty cool. Roquan Smith was second most or third most, also. Right next to who did Roquan Smith play with? Patrick Quinn.
Patrick Queen.
Yep, he was right up there too. So definitely. And then you guys talked about Edge.
Yeah, we
Aziz
talked about
Ogilari.
Aziz Ogilari. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
And then we were talking about the safeties.
Yeah, safeties for me. I think I heard a little bit of you guys talking about Kyle Hamilton. You were talking about your safeties, and before we even started recording, Brina and I were talking about Justin Reed because him and I both used him. But for me, it's Terrell Edmonds. I think that's the end of story safety kind of. Like 14 sacks, 50 something interceptions, but just kind of like you said, like about Isaiah Simmons, totally the guy, game wrecker, straight. Like almost like every game, he had like some crazy game changing play that he would make. So that's when I think of a safety, free safety, strong safety, the same for me. That's the guy I put on top. Were you guys disagreeing on that?
No. Isn't it so fortunate that playoff game, Brina, that you lost against Joe Kim, right, with the pass interference? Thank God that was Noah Dawkins and not Isaiah Simmons that got that flag. I feel like Do you think he would have? He would have, because Isaiah Simmons, he's your perfect son. He's your first round pick. He's your favorite player. Like, would that diminish him in your eyes if he had committed that penalty instead of Noah Dawkins?
I'd say no, but in my heart, I'd say it'd be yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
I forgot about that pass interference.
I
Crazy.
know. There's no way I'm losing to Alex in the Super Bowl. He's my son.
I don't know if you noticed this not in a new Madden arena, but pass interference is refs are
Isn't it?
happy to throw that flag. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
okay,
Damn,
so is
what
that what you
a
got?
what a fork in the road moment, that pass interference. Like if you had made the Super Bowl and won, and you had your
Damn.
ring. Damn, that would have been crazy.
I know. Now I got to get at this, Madden.
Not happening, but
Facts.
sorry about that.
There we go.
Okay, so safety. Oh, did you guys talking about Kevin Byard at all?
No, not really.
No,
But he won Defensive Player of the Year one season. I know that. 18
Mhm.
interceptions in a season, which is second most all time, and he's ended his career fifth all time in interceptions. He had 72 in 10 years. So a consistent beast.
Cool. Now, okay, so this is the next position group that I kind of dismissed a little bit when we were talking about. I don't think Brina. I don't think you were in that
No, you weren't. He
studio
wasn't.
yet. It was Will and I. I said because when he asked me about my position groups, I said put all the defense backs in the same thing, and my
Yeah.
top players that were on there were all safeties because corners are not really usered. They're just kind of like you press B and Y. I don't think.
They get the
I was
pick or
like,
they don't.
yeah, so I was like, I don't really have any corners in there because they're not really usered. I feel like the safeties are the ones who deserve it. What do you think about that?
No, I feel like you at least gotta. You gotta have a corner at least get mentioned.
Okay, that's fair.
Like
Didn't
there's
we talk about
certain
like? Oh, sorry.
there's certain corners in the game you're just not gonna target. Like you're not gonna get overtly aggressive attacking a Derek Stingley. Like they still impact the game.
Yeah, but that's such a tough thing. You can't really, we can't like go back and watch every single game and see what corner got targeted the least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also like I mean and then the kind of the stats are harder to track because not every pass gets picked, but I think corners should definitely be in the Hall of Fame consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there's no good corners out there. That's definitely not my point. But I was just looking at you got J.C. Horn and Darius Slay. Um, Obviously both very good corners, but were they the best?
What about
Well,
Tre'Davious White? You guys
yeah,
are
when we
just
did the All Madden team. Who were the three corners? I think it was Tre'Davious White, Sauce Gardner, and J.C. Horn.
yeah.
I don't
No,
remember.
no, was it my guy Greg Newsome?
No,
No,
yeah, no, not over J.C. Horn. I would not let that fly. No way. Because
98
that's
speed.
why I got so pissed at Levan before the conversation when he said he had no corners. I started to get
Yeah, but
defensive.
if you want to talk about Hall of Fame, J.C. Horn also got torched in playoffs by every single wide receiver.
Yeah, and that's probably why he wouldn't be on my final ballot because he doesn't have that clutch gene.
But
But I mean, he was defensive player
but
of the
you're
year.
saying
He had,
but you're saying he's the second best.
dude, he had. So I said that Kevin Byard or no Darius Slay Jr. He's third all time in interceptions with 77 in 12 years. 77 in 12 years, third all time.
But
J.C.
you
Horn
talk
had
12 years with
66 in
5 years of
5
Madden,
years.
bro.
He had 11 less in 7 less seasons.
corners matter, bro. Corners lives matter.
Yeah,
Hashtag it.
I guess, man. You and I also played against Spano, and I guess that we didn't have that many interceptions. But
Yeah,
that's what
our
I'm saying.
division
Like
wasn't
we
that bad.
if you get into what's up, Spano
I said
wasn't
our
that bad.
division wasn't that bad. No, our division
No,
wasn't
it
that bad.
wasn't. Yeah, even now that I think about it, even Spano didn't turn the ball over too much. But I don't know, man. I'm not fighting too much about it. I just pointed my I just that's why I just wanted to throw my point out there. I was like, I thought corners were not really a user stats, and you can't really tell who was the best corner. And when I think about JC Horn, I just think of him getting torched by Tyreek Hill. I can't put him in a Hall of Fame when it's the first play. I remember him just being 10 yards behind Tyreek Hill on the most important of the game play of the game. So
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think
and
if that didn't happen, then he probably would be a clear cut Hall of Famer if he didn't have
maybe,
that game.
yeah, absolutely. That could be, but you know,
My two corner
So
Hall of Fame candidates would be Tre'Davious White and Derek Stingley. Like they're probably not going to get in, but I think those are.
Stingley,
He was a dog,
what
bro.
did Stingley even do? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Maybe he was a dog. I don't know because he
well,
didn't get a
this
lot of
actually,
interceptions. I have a
this
corner. I have a 98 speed corner that literally shut down Tyreek Hill every time I played the Bears. But I never got interceptions with him, so it's like okay.
well,
Every
this is
time I
kind of
played
like
somebody that
the
had a fast player, I just adjust my corners by speed, and that fast player was never open anymore, like on those deep routes. Because damn, that boy thick. Bend over for me, baby. Oh damn!
this is like the Trayvon Diggs versus like Darrell Revis argument. Like, would you rather have the guy who's like completely shut down and he doesn't allow yards, or do you want like a playmaking
So
corner
who was the
who
completely
maybe
shut
gets
down corners?
maybe Stingley? I feel like that's what Brina is kind of saying. Like
You said
Stingley is more of a
maybe. Who
well.
else?
He said that you wouldn't throw it at Stingley, so I'm saying
Tre'Davious
like
White, Tre'Davious White and Stingley
Tre'Davious. Yeah, they're more lockdown corners, but then there's also playmaker corners that are like turning the ball over, like Trayvon Diggs in real life. Like people
Okay, so
clown on Trayvon Diggs because he gives up a lot of passes, but like he led the league in interceptions. Like I feel like that should be worth a
okay, so
lot if you're
and
a corner.
that here's what I'm saying though. Here's what I'm saying. That this was my original point. I was like, shutdown corner is what's a Hall of Fame shutdown corner in Madden game? A CPU doing a good job by itself over there. That's what we're gonna put in Hall of Fame. That's why I'm saying it's tough to
Yeah,
put
no,
corners
that's
in
fair.
here. You know what I mean? Because you're not really doing much with a corner. You're just hoping that he's doing his thing out there. Most of them are in
Yeah,
zone.
no,
Outside corner.
that's why I don't think that a shutdown corner that like that should be in the Hall of Fame. Like it's more important to have a playmaker type of corner, like
Who had the
J.C.
most?
Horn, who
Can
had
you look up who had the most touchdowns returned? That's something I can even
for
get behind with.
corners. Okay.
Yeah, NFL records.
Maybe
Well, defensive
touchdown.
touchdowns. The first cornerback that comes up is Marcus Peters. He's old as fuck.
Let's
Trayvon
go,
Diggs,
Cardinal, baby!
DJ Reed, Michael Ojemudia,
That's
Ooh,
nuts.
Michael Oates.
Mike
I know.
Hughes,
No,
Kyle
I know.
Fuller,
See what I'm saying? None of these
Yeah.
guys.
J.C.
brought a lot of
Horn with 8.
Okay, finally got down to JC Horn.
Yeah, where's
Slay.
Soleil?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
good
none of
podcasting
them,
here. But that
no,
was
none
my
of them
original
beat no one.
point. I was
None of
like,
them beats them out. Yeah.
that's why I said I was like that's why I put all the defensive backs in the kind of same group, and I was like, when I thought about it, there was a couple of guys that thought about it, and they were safeties. So I was like, if I had to choose out of the defensive back pool, I would probably take two safeties over two corners.
Yeah.
For the
Super
Hall of
valid
Fame.
point, bro.
Thank you.
Okay.
But, it's not absolute. Yeah, I'm not saying your points trash or throw it away. I'm just saying that was just my view of the things. That's why I went with the safety.
Okay, so in real life, would you rather have a shutdown corner like Pat Surtain, who nobody throws it to, or I guess Pat
Trayvon
Surtain makes
Diggs.
it, or Trayvon Diggs?
Passer 10.
Give me
Yeah.
Pat
Yeah,
Surtain.
But he
that's a
said it.
stupid question because
Would you rather have who was the pick? Would you that's
Darrell
crazy.
Revis.
Darrell Revis or what? Deion Sanders had a lot of interceptions, I think. But that's still Deion Sanders was kind of both. He was also a shutdown
Yeah, he
corner.
was
So
shut down. He was just the
yeah,
clear-cut best corner of all time.
yeah. So
I don't know of any other corners that kind of have the reputation like Trayvon Diggs, where people
I
clown him
know he's kind of
online
like
for getting
yeah,
burned, but
yeah. He's kind
he
of
does
only
make
one.
plays. Like you can't deny that he's good.
I mean,
He's just a
Akib took
ball
a lot of
hawk, yeah.
risks, but not
Ooh.
that much.
But Akib was
So
a
physical
shutdown
too.
though, man. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
so physical, and he was just
Yeah.
perfect body shape too for a corner, like long arms, skinny, tall, but so strong. So
He would
Yeah,
get
it's
burnt, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's tough. It's tough. But to answer your question, I think when you look at as a like a GM or as a team builder, I think you rather have somebody that takes away their best receiver rather than the one that gets interception or two every other game. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's my opinion.
No, I agree.
I mean, we we don't even have to agree.
Well,
Well,
I
I'm
feel
saying
like
like our opinion doesn't really matter here because I think we heard it on the pod the other day. There was like the executive vote of who they rather have on their team, and Pat Surtain was like number one on their
oh
list.
really?
He wasn't Trayvon Diggs. So I think yeah, I think that kind of answers our question. If you're smart, you want a guy who shuts down, who takes away their best receiver,
True.
not the guy that
True.
gets interceptions, but then get burns for 120 yards.
Yeah, I bought into the narrative that Trayvon Diggs is not good because he gives up a lot of catches, but then somebody made a good case on a podcast that I was listening to that like having a cornerback that turns the ball over for you is very valuable. So like,
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. But
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, man. Trayvon Diggs is you're right. He's such a rare case of just so bad and so good in two different things that he's supposed to be
mhm.
doing. So, um, I mean, they were clowning on him in training camp. He was getting
Yeah,
burned by
that Keenan
fucking
Allen
tight
video.
end. Yeah, they were. Oh, that one too. But he was getting burned by
Like your
Dalton.
second string tight end.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz or maybe a second street game. He was just like getting burned on a double move. So I was like, this kid clearly lacks that like sticky, stay on his hip playmaking, but he's just a ball hawk. He has good hands. Maybe he should be a wide receiver.
Was it that podcast where it's kind of credits the way like Diggs plays because it's like a certain technique that's meant to get more balls thrown at him? I was listening to a podcast about Diggs's play style as well.
Oh, it was I don't think so. It was like I think it was like a Ryan Russillo podcast potentially.
Oh, never mind.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think any good quarterback's scared to throw at Trayvon Diggs,
No,
right?
he's just guesses. I mean, you can say part of that is just guessing so much.
Yeah, it is. He just takes big risks, and then sometimes he loses big, sometimes he comes up with interceptions. So he's
True.
definitely
All
a
right.
tremendous player and tremendous playmaker, but he
Yeah.
has really weak side of his game. So
All
when
right. So
Patrick, all right, let's move
let's
on.
give our yeah, no, it's getting late. Let's give our five guys. And how do you guys feel about this? We all chose five guys. There might be some overlap. One vote means a Hall of Fame spot. So we could have 15 if we all have five different guys, or we could have eight if there's
Ooh,
some, or we could
okay.
have five if we all have the same guys. So if they
So,
get one vote, they're in the Hall of Fame. Cool with that?
well, yeah, but then I can say Russell Wilson,
Yeah,
and
okay,
he's in
then
the Hall of
nobody's
Fame.
gonna then your credibility is down the toilet. We all know
Okay,
Russell
okay. So
Wilson's not a Hall of
we
Famer.
just all understand that J.C. Horn can be a Hall of Famer, right?
I don't have JC Horn on my list, all right,
I'm
dude.
just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, but yeah, let's
Get
just
me
all agree
heated,
to
bro.
not be a dickheads and just
So
put someone
tense,
started
bro.
here. I know.
All right, let's go
You
around
and
the
I
horn
are
and let's
decent,
just
by the way. I don't know if people know or not, but him and
The
I
best
might
in
be
couples
like.
have it, dude.
wait. What? I didn't even hear you guys. What'd you say? Were you making fun of me?
I don't
No,
even
we're
know,
just
dude.
commenting on your homosexuality.
I know. Yeah, Levan's sending video messages doing impressions of me, and he's just like, which is very accurate, very spot on.
Thanks. All right.
All right, let's go around the horn. We'll go one at a time around the horn. All right.
Okay. Are we laid out the same way? I guess we are. Yeah. So we'll start with Will bringing on me.
Will Brina, you. Okay. All right. My first Hall of Famer on my list is Nick Chubb.
Damn.
So Nick Chubb is a Hall of Famer officially. All right, Brina.
Jaylen Waddle.
Jaylen Waddle.
Okay.
Levan.
Noah Fant.
All right. My next
So
one,
quiet.
Jonathan Taylor. So we got
No.
four offensive guys.
You got two running backs as your two picks? That's crazy.
Jonathan Taylor. So we got 4. All right. Go ahead, Brina.
Isaiah Simmons.
Isaiah Simmons. You fucking son of a bitch. You got 2 Browns already.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay.
Let's go, Brown City.
You guys liked my last one. You're going to love this one. Trey Sermon.
Boo!
I've got 3
What?
running backs. Trey Sermon, Jonathan Taylor, and Nick Chubb.
I
You
hate
sweaty
it.
bitch.
I hate it.
Yo,
I hate
Madden
it.
22 was the power running Madden. I
There's
got to
so
give it
many-
to the
yeah,
3
but there's
best
So
running.
lame.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
this
I don't care. None of these defensive
this is the
players
guy
are.
who this is the guy who gave a vote to what's the Rams coach got over Mike Shanahan. Fucking
McVay.
yeah, that guy. Okay. So
Feels weird not seeing Fields in.
Well, Brina, you're up.
yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, I get another pick?
Well,
Fields.
have all your guys been taken?
Yeah.
No, you only have 5. Who are your 5?
Okay. It was
Because all my guys have been taken.
all my guys have been taken too.
I got one more guy, but
Who's
okay.
your last
So
guy?
my guys is Terrell Edmonds.
Terrell Edmonds. Okay, best safety in the league.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I had Waddle and I had Noah Fant as well. Damn, so no Justin Fields. Hall of Fame snub, Justin Fields.
I think so. He might be. Honestly, I had Justin Fields, but I just thought Josh Allen Waddle combo was better than Fields and Fant, and I had to choose between the combo.
Yeah.
That's just what it
Quarterbacks,
came down to.
quarterbacks winning
Yeah.
matters, and they no Super Bowls, no Super Bowl berths. Never made it to a Super Bowl with Justin Fields. That matters,
true.
right?
I guess so. Yeah,
And Josh Allen had the best season ever.
I do feel yeeky and gross to put Trey Sermon in a Hall of Fame and not fucking
Why?
Justin.
It's Emmitt
Not
Smith
Justin.
all over again, dude. It's
Justin
Emmitt
Fields.
Smith.
Yeah, Sermon. Like there, I can tell you like at least 5 more players that I would have in Hall of Fame than Sermon.
Yeah, that's because you don't appreciate greatness.
Let's see, Justin Fields.
No, no Super Bowl MVPs.
Justin Fields doesn't even have a regular
Isaiah
season.
Simmons.
Does he have one?
Yeah, he has an MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, those 2. Actually, 2. I can't come up with 5, but Isaiah Simmons and
Isaiah
Justin
Simmons
Fields.
is in.
Isaiah Simmons is in.
Oh, I guess then Justin Fields. I think okay. Then I personally think Justin Fields belongs in Hall of Fame.
That
instead
is
of
who I
Trey
was
Sermon.
choosing between for my last pick was either going to be it was one of 3 guys: Trey Sermon, Justin Fields, or Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat, I didn't really think like he had crazy stats, but D line, nobody really made a big deal out of D line. I feel like nobody cared. Everybody had a good D line. I thought in Madden.
Eventually, yeah, everybody was dominant on D line.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I make a big argument for Justin Fields instead of. He was just so influential he was just so so influential for the league. Like if it wasn't Josh Allen leading it, it was him like leading it.
90 touchdowns. 90 touchdowns. Justin Fields does not make into Hall of Fame. What such a shame.
Hey, we all had a chance to choose 5 players, and none of us had them.
See, this is why I said somebody's gonna make that one jackass choice, and
That's not a
congratulations.
jackass choice.
You chose 3 running backs as your top 3. They're just, I think, and that's why I said I knew somebody was gonna do this. That's why I said when we were talking about running backs, I said top 2 clear dominant running backs were Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor. I said those are the standouts. Same thing about the quarterbacks. I said Josh Allen and Justin Fields were the standouts from everybody else. And then you had to wedge Trey Sermon in there. It's fine. Whatever.
That's why I had to make a big case for Trey Sermon earlier on because I knew he was on my whiteboard over here as somebody else.
I can't even remember one play Trey Sermon that I'm like, wow, that was a cool play.
The fall and lean forward. That's a pretty full play.
I think. Oh, you know what we should do? Yeah, I know, right? We should all make highlight reels for our Hall of Famers and see who has the best. Trey Sermon's got a bunch of 4-yard carries. Watch.
Yeah. But hey, someone's got to get snubbed, right? Someone's got to cry to make this.
Might as well be the guy who's not even part of the league.
Ooh,
Yeah, I wonder if
Well,
he's still going to listen to the pod.
that's not okay. That's not fair. Not part of the league. He's still part of the.
Yeah, he's not playing in the league.
Yeah, he's not playing in the league. Is the better way to say it. Yeah.
what do you guys think of Jarrell's brother joining?
Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell,
What team does he have?
the Ravens.
The
He's taking
Ravens.
over for Riley.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Ravens. So the AFC, we'll see. Hopefully he sucks.
Well, didn't he say he only played against like CPU or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. So he's probably gonna have growing pains.
Yeah, he said there's gonna be growing pains.
Damn.
Yeah,
But
sad. I didn't even.
Two
really know.
Joneses, that's an absolute joy.
Yeah, too many. Somebody's. I think Arcade called it out. Too many non-Bronco fans in here. Is this getting like little? Are we?
Too chummy.
It's getting
Yeah.
polluted.
Are we becoming a little? Are we close to extinctions in this league? Broncos fans.
Mudbloods. It's a bunch of
'Cause-
mudbloods
Yeah.
running around.
We got a bunch of your buddies in here. Scumbag Steelers fans. We got
And that scumbag
Jaguars
Cowboy
fans.
fan.
What's that?
And Jage is a Cowboy fan.
We got Dallin, who's a Seahawks fan.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, big Drew guy.
Big Drew guy.
Loves him
Cool.
and gets so pissed too about it. All right. You guys good to wrap this up? We've been going for like hour and 15 minutes now.
Yeah, man.
So we're set on Trey Sermon as a Hall of Famer over Justin Fields.
Yes, we are. I mean, he went up
That's
against
how
the
the game
Vikings in
went.
the Super Bowl against the MVP Nick Chubb, Offensive Player of the Year Nick Chubb, and won the Super Bowl MVP. And
I
won it
know
all.
we made the rules before, but I feel like two of us should be able to veto your vote.
It is odd. Fields not making it.
Well, that's not my fault that you guys didn't pick Fields either. Like, forget Fields. Like, honestly, like Fields was not. Neither of you guys have Fields. If you guys want to overrule Sermon,
Well, I didn't pick Fields because I wanted to pick one player per position. I literally have one quarterback on my 5, one running back, one receiver, one tight end, and one defensive player. So I thought one of you was gonna pick. But you know what I'm saying? Like if I knew that we were gonna do this kind of style, I probably would have
Yeah.
adjusted my top 5.
Yeah, because I have Noah Fant over Fields. But I think I don't know.
deservedly so.
Scott, our boy, what's up?
Damn. All right, so I guess people are going to be a little bit pissed about this. I think Riley's going to have some words, and you guys can clown on me in the chat if you want. I'm sure people are going to come at me
No,
picking Trey Sermon, but
I'll defend Will because that means Josh Allen's the only quarterback that gets in. Let's go.
But I even don't feel now that I'm thinking about it, I'm feeling Josh Allen's last year. That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, he's still leading touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he still was, very dominant. That's why I picked him over Justin Fields. You guys, all right, whatever. We'll see. You made your bet, buddy. Get ready.
yeah.
With Trey Sermon, you always got to be known as the guy who voted Trey Sermon into Hall of Fame instead of Justin Fields. And
For shame.
yeah.
That's fine with me.
Okay. It's not fine with me, by the way.
I know. I can tell. You've been complaining about it for 5 minutes now.
Yeah, big Justin Fields guy apparently here. It's funny because I was always so harsh on Justin Fields on my QB rankings too. No, maybe I'm getting a little remorseful. All right, well, we can wrap it up.
Fuck you, Scott.
Hey, watch
excited
out,
to find
bro.
out why I'm pissed tomorrow when I listen on Spotify. Yeah, you're going to be pissed because, Scott, we reacted to the Super Bowl. We went through our Hall of Fame finalists. We chose our Hall of Famers. We've got how many? Hold on. Let me read them out one last time. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Hall of Famers for Madden 22. They are Nick Chubb, Jalen Waddle, Noah Fant, Jonathan Taylor, Isaiah Simmons, Josh Allen, Trey Sermon, and Terrell Edmonds.
Ooh.
And that's why they're pissed. They're pissed about Trey Sermon. But it's a pleasure talking with you boys. Madden 23 starting up. We're gonna get these pods going again. Get the momentum back.
Stoked.
Yeah, we
So
gotta
start
we
recording
gotta get
off.
on it. We gotta
Yeah.
get on it. Well, we're rusty right now. No, Benny Lava. Who's Will Anderson? Oh. Oh, Benny Lava. You handsome bastard. Drop if you guys are in the comments, give us a like. You guys already know, man. You guys want a subject discussed, hit us up in the chat, and we'd love to talk about it on the next pod. But I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for this draft. T minus
Can't wait, dude.
Thursday. T minus 72 hours. 48 hours.
72 hours, we'll still be drafting 3 days from now. I feel like 11
Okay.
p.m. at night, we'll definitely
Damn.
still be drafting if we start
Damn
at
it.
noon.
Damn, it feels a little farther away, but 3 more days and we'll know who's our new team.
I think
who our new teams are.
I think we'll call it quits after like 6 hours.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
drafting fucking
53 deep.
I'm picking my pick 53. I think I'm drafting everybody on this one. Probably not, but
Yeah.
Dude, I remember the draft last year. Fucking Brina was like, he's like, I'm pulling an all nighter. I took shrooms. Like, I'm ready to draft. I was like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah, dude. Saw the vision. Take Waddle and Simmons.
Yeah, damn. Great picks. 2 Hall of Famers?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Back-to-back pick Hall of Famers. Let's go.
Wow. Damn, I feel so ashamed. I picked fucking
That's
TJ
impressive.
Watt and Nick Bosa with my first 2 picks and traded them both away within first season.
Struggling.
Wow.
And Aaron Jones in my third. Just terrible decisions were made.
Yeah.
That's
Can't wait
why
to see a bunch of terrible decisions made on Sunday.
not
I feel like a
happening,
lot of
dog.
people are going to miss on this draft. I anticipate a lot of bad picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. All right.
Okay.
Well, good talking to you, boys. We'll see you next time. Hopefully Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But glad to be back. I know I'm a little rusty, fellas. It's super dope to be back home.
Rusty. Gotcha, man.
Oh yeah, super rusty.
All right. Later.